You're listening to The In Between, a podcast about life's transitions. You know, those seasons where you're not quite where you were, but still not where you want to be. I'm your host, Corey, and here we get real about faith, fear, growth, and the messy middle. Because the magic doesn't happen at the final destination. It happens on the journey. Now let's get into it. Hey loves, welcome back to The In Between. I am your host, Corey Corinne, and today you are sitting here during a segment of A Moment in Time. If you've been here before, you know a moment in time is where I give you little tidbits about life and the things I've experienced, and we just break down those sweet moments. In today's moment, you guys, I want to talk about networking. You know, last week I was on the phone with a friend telling her something that had been on my mind for a while. I said, I've never had a mentor. I've wanted one, but I wasn't always sure about how to get one. And now, especially in this stage of my life, when I'm entering uncharted waters and trying new things and building a whole new lane, I'm like, okay, let's circle back. I might need a mentor. She paused and she said something that really stuck with me. She said, Corey, you already have one. You just haven't looked at them in that way. Then she told me to take some time, break down my network, who I know, who's around me, and start putting fillers out there. And that's when it clicked. Because the truth is, so many of us are sitting on gold and we do not even realize it. We have people in our circles who have the access, the insight, or even just encouragement we need to take our next step. We just haven't tapped in. Case in point, over the weekend, I had a girls' night at my place. It was me and one other friend. We were just talking, laughing, catching up, vibing. And she looked at me and said, do you want to work? And I said, yeah. I mean, as long as it's the right position. Please note that when I say the right position, I'm referring to purpose and making sure I'm aligned with my purpose. It's not just an income-based thing, y'all. And she smiled and she said, there's an organization looking for a director of storytelling. And I literally said, excuse me, that's even a thing? But then I thought about it. I was like, well, sis, that's me. That's literally everything I've been doing. Is just I don't have that title. So we started talking it through. And before I knew it, she was connecting me to some people. And here's where it gets even better. The next day, I had a few friends over for a photo shoot. I was helping out another friend with her clothing line. And we were getting dressed and doing makeup and setting up cameras and breaking down cameras. And eventually the conversation just turned into, you just need to know someone to get you in the room. And once you're in, you can build from there. And y'all, that's facts, because that's literally been the story of my life. When I first started my federal career, I didn't just apply to some random position online. I was teaching at the time, and that was a job I got because I knew somebody. Anywho, and I asked one of my students' moms if she had a job available. At the time I was in grad school, I was getting my second master's in counseling, and I needed something steady. And she said, actually, I do have a position. And she told me all the steps so that she could pull me in. That started off my 13-year career, y'all. Then once I was in, she told me something I'll never forget. You're in. Now move around. Do not stay in one place. The beauty about being in the government is you can move around and still be in the government, meaning same retirement, same benefits, blah, blah, blah. You just have more experiences. And that's exactly what I did. In 13 years, I worked in about 8 different offices. How? Well, I asked around. I networked in the gym. I networked in the cafeteria. I networked on the train. Honestly, I networked walking through the door. It's just, it's about building relationships. I used those relationships that I had built. Now, y'all, if I'm being completely honest, I've never gotten a position based on my resume alone. Not once. Maybe a little part-time here, there, but nothing substantial, okay? Every single opportunity that I've ever had has come because someone else vouched for me. Someone said, she's good, you should talk to her. Someone opened a door. Someone passed my resume. And here's the thing, that's not luck. That's relationship capital. That's the fruit of connection, trust, showing up as your authentic self long before you need anything in return. Networking isn't about going to events and swapping business cards. It's about so much more. It's about nurturing what you already have around you. It's about recognizing that sometimes the person who can help you take the next step isn't a stranger. It's someone who's already sitting at your table. So today I encourage you, take inventory of your circle. Write down the people you know, mentors, friends, coworkers, even old classmates, and think about how you might reconnect. And I'll be honest, it's easier to connect when you're already connected. If you've been maintaining relationships, it's easier to say, hey girl, I need a job, versus walking up to a stranger at a conference and handing them a business card, sending an email and hoping that you hear a response. But I digress. Anywho, when you reach out, do not lead with, what can you do for me? Lead with curiosity, with connection, and with gratitude. Because chances are the opportunity you've been praying for is already connected to someone you know. You just have to look again. Now, you guys, if this was good to you, I encourage you to share it. We're talking about networking here. So share it, talk, get to know people. I'm even thinking about building community here, maybe through Substack or something, where we can be in the in-between together and do like a video call once a month or once a week or whatever you guys may like. But I'm gonna put some fillers out there. We'll figure this out together. Anywho, like I said, if it was great to you, I'm happy, pass it along. And then maybe you can build connection that way. I appreciate you being here and being with me in this moment. And until next time, I will see you in the in-between. Peace, y'all.